Hi there, and welcome to Hyundai Power Products, and thanks for purchasing your new Hyundai diesel generator. So today I'm just going to show you how to put the oil in, and should you have a problem with the fuel that needs bleeding, we can show you how to do that quite simply as well. So I'll just push the fuel pipe to the side so you can see. So the oil filling point is down here underneath the dipstick, and you'll see the yellow label on here which says to add lubricating oil. So we'll undo it anti-clockwise first of all and just pull the dipstick out. I'll put that to one side temporarily, and I'll just grab that yellow label that was in there at the same time. There it is. Okay, I'll take that out. So the engine oil goes in the oil filler point here. We need to fill this up to the weir point of the top of the hole. I'll show you that shortly. So your machine will have come supplied with this conveniently shaped funnel, especially for this job. And as you can see, the funnel will simply slip into that hole and gives you access to pour oil in from outside of the machine. So I'm going to start pouring the engine oil in now from the oil cans that were supplied. We're not going to use all of it. We're going to stop every now and again and check the oil level. So you can see now I'm right at that point there where if I put any more oil in, it would start to pour back out again. So that's absolutely perfect. So with the oil level at that point, I'll replace the dipstick, making sure I don't cross thread it, turning it clockwise and screw it all the way back in. Just give it a little nip at the end. Okay, so having filled with oil, we're now at the point where we can put diesel in the machine. I'll just remove the cap, and we can put, well, I'd recommend you put at least 10 litres of diesel in your machine. So we're now at the point with diesel in the machine, oil in the machine, that it's pretty much ready to start. We've already connected the battery. I'm not actually going to start it here as we're inside a building. So typically, you'd make sure your breakers were off, turn the key to the on position, crank it over, and the machine would start. If your machine doesn't start and it's coughing, spluttering, that sort of thing, there's a good chance that you may need to bleed the diesel. This emergency stop here is pushed in. That cuts off the fuel to the main fuel injector. Rotate it clockwise, it pops out, and that just enables the fuel to get to the injector. So if I point at the fuel filter here, you can see there's very little fuel in it. That's typical of having an airlock in the fuel system. What we're going to need to do, if we follow this black pipe up into the machine, we'll see the point at which this pipe connects to the fuel injector or the injector pump. We're going to need to remove that pipe, allow any air to escape, and then put it back on. I'll give you a shot of where it's connected. So following the pipe up, you'll see it goes onto this outlet or inlet here, and it has a clip on it. So the first thing I'm going to do, just take a pair of pliers and slide the clip just gently back up the pipe, and that will allow me to pull the pipe off. So at this point, it's a good idea to put some blue roll or something absorbent inside the machine, just to catch any drips you may have. On this occasion, I'm just using some blue roll, but when you finish, make sure you remove it all. So to prevent leaks, I'm just going to grab this pipe and kink it over so that we don't get a mad rush of fuel coming out. So I've done that, and now I'm going to pull the pipe off the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is rise the pipe up quite high, and oh, I can see diesel just coming out of the end of the pipe. Let's do that again. Yeah, it's flowing now with no air. I've crushed the pipe again, as you can see, and I'm just going to place it back on top of the pump. Push it down firmly. There we are. I can release the kink in the pipe. Make sure it's fully down. There we are. So as you saw, we did have a few drips and what have you coming out of there. I've got a bit of diesel on my hands. If you want to wear some rubber gloves, it might be a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to wipe up any excess diesel. And then I'm going to take my pliers. Got a pair here. And I'm just going to replace that clip back to where it should have been. Bring it down somewhere near first. And back into position. So that's pretty much it. That will be now bled. And if I'm going to have a further clean up in here, and you can now see, if we look at the fuel filter here, it's now fairly full of red diesel. It doesn't have to be right to the top, but it's now fairly full, whereas it was showing none before. So the fuel system's all bled now. One other thing we can just check is that the governor is turned on in the run position. Push it here to the right, it'll latch in the run position. That's ready to go. If I do want to switch it off mechanically, push down on this red lever, it'll switch it off. So we want that in the run position. And then if I just move back up to the control panel, make sure our emergency stop, turn it clockwise, it'll pop out. We're now ready to start the generator. I can put the keys in, turn it on, and it'll start straight up. Well, there we are. That's how to add the engine oil and bleed the fuel system should you need to. Well, I do hope you found this demonstration useful. For more information on this or any of our other products, visit www.hyundaipowerproducts.co.uk. I've been Adrian, and thank you for watching.